everybody. Kevin Russell, Shinyribs. You're on the Texas music scene. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey there, music fans and friends. Jack Ingram here. This time on the Texas music scene, we've got an entire episode full of the shiniest man in show business. That's right, it's Kevin Russell, a.k.a. Shinyribs. We captured this Texas Soul Review's entire set on South Padre Island at LongBoard Bar and Grill as they showed off a collection of tunes from their album, Late Night TV Gold. We also sat down with Shinyribs before the show to get the story behind making the record. It's the Tijuana TrainWreck horns, the Shiny Soul Sisters, and Shinyribs himself, all coming up on this edition of the Texas music scene.
Party While You Still Can. That's become our opener. When I wrote Party While You Still Can, that's a great horn riff driven song in the tradition of James Brown is what I was, molding it after, and it early on it became the theme song to my rib fry, my live stream, the Saturday night rib fry that I did through all of 2020 and into 21. I still do them once a month, and it's become the show opener. It's such a great driving song, great funky, sort of like early 60s kind of James Brown groove.
Please welcome the Bereshikoff of the Big Thicket, the godfather of Gulf Coast ukulele, the Manford man of catamarans, the Mean Joe Green of Texas music scene. Ladies and gentlemen, the shiniest man in show business, the one, the only, Shinyribs.
a party, baby! All right! South Padre! Picking Up Tears is really become one of our favorites to play as a band. It's one that seems to stick in everybody's head. It's one of the stickiest songs. It starts, and here's a little drum thing that starts with like a little tabla, like some kind of tabla thing. But it's just a little sad little country song, really. You think I might be laughing because I got away with lies, but I'm picking up these tears, putting them back in my eye. Don't let them see you cry. Don't cry, don't cry. This is called Picking Up Them Tears, putting them back in my eyes. Keep it together, burying my side. That don't seem to be working, no matter how I try. You might think I'm laughing, and I got away with lies. Well, I'm picking up these tears, putting them back in my eyes. I didn't mean to say all the things I said. Didn't mean to let my heart get the best of my head. You might think I'm laughing, and I got away with lies. Picking up these tears, putting them back in my know, it all came to a screeching halt. March 2020, right? We all remember that. And then I realized, I was going to be at home for a while, and I had started learning MIDI stuff, like with Logic Pro software and MIDI keyboard. And I started learning that so I could come up with horn parts, because they have great horn sounds in Logic Pro. And so I'd already started learning that. I figured, well, I should go just full hog into this digital world and try to make. My thought was, I'm just going to make some EDM music, some Gulf Coast EDM. I'm going to combine my thing with electronic music and just see what happens. And that's basically what I did for, about a year.
Wanna give it to you. Wanna give it to me. Wanna give it to you. You wanna give it to me.
Wasn't setting out to make a record, really. I was just having fun and entertaining myself. It was me and the MIDI keyboard and mezcal and gummies, and we had a great old time. And then after a while, I had enough stuff, and I just felt like if I get a good engineer to mix it and sweeten it up a little bit, I could make a record out of this. And so that's what Late Night TV Gold is. There's a few real musicians on there, but not many. It's mostly me and a drum machine. And then 24 Hours to Tulsa is the only cover on the record. Burt Bacharach, Hal David, it was one of their early songs that they wrote. I just heard that song randomly one night on a shuffle in my Spotify. I don't know why, it just came up. I was listening to music, and it was, I guess it was the Gene Pitney version. And I'd never heard this song, and I think it's a really strange song musically and lyrically. I have a lot of questions about this song. The narrative is strange, and it's just a weird song. But apparently it was a popular song at one time, and there have been a bunch of covers done of it, which I had never heard any of them.
I was only 24 hours from Tulsa.
And the band didn't know him, but we had been rehearsing the stuff, and the band had been learning it. And Marty Muse, who has joined us on pedal steel during the lockdown, formerly with Robbie Earl Keen's band, the great Marty Muse, he was helping a friend work on an old jukebox that had been sitting for years. And Marty thought this was one of my songs. So they were fixing this jukebox. It had been sitting covered in dust for years, and they finally got it working. And he said there were 3 records inside of it. They pushed go. The first record dropped down, and it was 24 Hours to Tulsa. And he said, man, that took me a while to figure out, oh, that's not your song. But why? How would that song drop? I mean, it was such a bizarre thing to me. That's one of those synchronicities that let you know you're doing the right thing. You're in the right place at the right time. It's when things like that start happening, Yeah, I mean, that's what it was like for me. It was a lot like spinning the channels when I was a kid, late night TV, I used to love that. I didn't see the weirdest stuff back in those days, just turning the dial, especially the early days of cable. So it kind of reminds me of that. It has that vibe to it. And I did a lot of it really in the middle of the night. I work late at night. I'm a bit of a nocturnal creature, Shinyribs is. Especially during lockdown, I got topsy-turvy. This past summer was when I knew I was going to put the record out, and I'm like, well, we're going to tour on it, and we're going to play all these songs, and So we blocked out a bunch of time and we rehearsed and did arrangements with the band, and it's been really fun. I knew it would be really better when real musicians were playing it. And there were some of the parts, there were no horn parts on a lot of it that the horn guys added. I knew that would be a great thing. And Keith Langford, drummer Keith Langford, he started using these trigger pads, samples from the record itself, the drum machine samples on some of it, which is super cool. It's kind of exciting for us to use that new technology. So you can teach old dogs new tricks.
Sun goes down, you can hear your mama call.
Mama call, mama call, mama call, mama call, mama call.
You can hear your mama call. You can hear your mama call. You can hear your
It's a dream band. I mean, I couldn't have imagined this band. I didn't imagine this band. It's just sort of happened a piece at a time, one thing at a time, and as certain people come on, it becomes something else. And when Marty joined, I mean, for sure, I mean, having pedal steel with the horn section, I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever heard horn section and pedal steel together. Maybe Bob Wills might have had some horns at one point on something, but so I think it's very unique what's happening musically between those elements of the band.
That's how the light goes.
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 For me, that's something that I want to explore more. And pedal steel, which is the classic country instrument, and horns, which is the classic Louisiana instrument, to me is like, just bridges that whole Texas, Louisiana thing, which is what I'm all about. I mean, it's right in my wheelhouse, but I would have never thought to do that. It just happened the way it happened. It's funny, and I'm just going along for the ride, really, and see where it takes me. I'm trying to stay out of the way. Hey everybody, Kevin Russell from Shinyribs. You're on the Texas music scene. Come on in, sit down, take your shoes off. So Sweetening is just a nice little love song. When I wrote it, I think I was talking to myself more than anything. It was just, like a lot of people, I was feeling a little bit down and depressed about where our life was going. Nobody knew where we were going, and we were all just waiting it out. And instead of getting angry and mean about it, which I could have done, I decided to get sweet about it. Just try and sweeten myself up a little bit and stay on the sweet side of things. And I feel like it's a good message for the world right now. And if anybody's out there, it makes a difference to you, I tell you, you'd be better off if you just try a little sweetening.
Came to me just like the rain on a lonely evening. You fell on me just like a flower before I was believing that love was even something more than a feeling. You looked at me and proclaimed that we all need a little sweetening. Didn't know just what to do till I felt your lips was feeling a whole world had opened up to me, and I find a little sweetening. Sweet as a magnolia hanging over the highway. Peaches on a picnic table, I pop them in my mouth. Honeysuckle running in the field. Smoke re-rising, that's how you make me feel. Am I dreaming? Dreaming. Hey. Fly before I was believing. Me and proclaim that we all need a little sweetening. Yeah, we all need a little sweetening. Yeah, we all Working woman, you know, when the lockdown happened, my wife was working at home, my wife Robin, and I'd seen her work around the house, but I'd never seen her do her job that much, you know, like I never went to work with her, and I was proud of her, you know, she was working hard, and I got a taste of like what her day was like, her work day, and that's kind of where I got the idea. And I started thinking about all the women in my life that have worked and supported me, you know, and everything I've done, going back to my mama Turk, my mama Russell, and my mother Judy, and my Shiny Soul sisters. You know, I got so many women lifting me up, and so it's a tribute to all of them and all of you. This is for all the ladies, working woman. Stays at home, gets her working done, then she sings a song. I know a working woman stays up all night, dancing to the music, then she do it right. Oh, she do it right. Oh, she do it right. No working woman, she looks at her phone. Always something going wrong. She does it in her slippers on the cold parquet. Makes the sweetest sound when she slides my way. Oh, she slides my way. Oh, she slides my way. She does her ass and she never complains. Sometimes at night she cries. I could never make it without her. without her. Wouldn't even wanna try. Come on now. She busts her ass and she never complains. Sometimes at night she cries. I could never make it without her. Wouldn't even wanna try. I could never make it without her. Wouldn't even wanna try. Come on now. Come on Oh yeah, working women.
How the Light Knows, which is the first track on the record, and to me, probably my favorite track on the record. It's inspired by a line from the Leonard Cohen song, and there's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. I built the record around that song. Really, it's that song. When I got that one, that's when I started thinking, hey, I can make a record out of this. Then going up, coming down, we like to segue those two together. They work really well together live. That's kind of a psychedelic swamp thing that uses a trap beat that I didn't know what trap beat was either, and Keith clued me in. Trap beat thing, and he said, well, I said, can you play that? He goes, no. I said, well, I could, but we could just put a loop on it, actually play what is on your recording. So that's what we did. And those two together are absolutely just musically fun to play. They're really great. We love them.
There's a crack in everything. That's where the light goes. There's black in everything. That's how the light goes. That's how the light knows. There's a fissure in the gloom. That's how the light gets in. There's a rhythm to the broom. That's how the light knows.
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 have seen Einstein kissing Van Gogh's face. There's a rupture in the whole of it. That's where the light goes. There's a gleaming in the glow of it. That's how the light knows. 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 I'm going up, baby, you're coming down. I'm going up, baby, you're coming down. I'm going up, the body can't be found. Standing by the window, staring at the ground. I'm going up, baby, I'm coming down. I'm going up, baby, I'm coming down. The heat on the street, privacy in the street. Roman candle, broken ladder, bottle rocket, bug zapper, sleeping bag, parachute, gasoline, fresh fruit, bumper crop, so tall. Sun goes down, you can hear your mama call.
Mama call, mama call, mama call, mama call, mama call.
You can hear your mama call.
Mama call,
You can hear your mama call.
mama call, mama call.
You can hear your mama call.
Mama call, mama call, mama call, mama call, mama call.
Baby, won't you do it one time for me?
I remember when I was a kid growing up, the sign-off days, you know, when the television channels just would sign off. That was the end of their broadcasting day, you know, which I love that. And I used to tune in. I love to listen to the national anthem. Or in Louisiana, often they play Elvis Presley. I wish I was in a land of cotton. Old times they are never forgotten. They would sign off with that American Trilogy. Yeah, with Elvis's American Trilogy, and man, that always, I would cry, you know. That song always makes me cry.
Yeah, that concludes with the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Battle Hymn of the Republic, yeah. Glory, glory,